So friends, with these examples, we will see that what does a preposition do in a sentence and what is the role of preposition. The book is on the table, the book is beneath the table, the book is leaning against the table, the book is beside the table. These are four sentences with the same subject and same object, except one difference, that preposition is changed in all the sentences, and due to which the meaning is also changed. Here the book is on the table, but here the book is kept beneath the table. Book and table is same, but due to the preposition the meaning will be changed in all the sentences, and here we can understand that this is the actual function of a preposition, that it tells the relationship between the noun with the rest of the sentence. So if you change preposition in any sentence, the meaning will be changed because the relationship between the noun or the subject with the rest of the part will be changed. Now friends, we will see that what a preposition tell in a sentence. So preposition tells us time, place and direction. It tells us about three things. These are the examples of time, like I reached the school at 9 p.m. He was born on Monday. I was alert during the match. Rita slept for 2 hours. In these sentences, it is either showing us the period of time or the point of time. These are the point of time when we exactly know the timings, and this is a period of time that during this time period something happened. And it also tells us the place, like the pencil is in the box, the cup is kept among the pens. Among the pens means between more pens. The fan is over the girl's head and the man is hiding behind the tree. It is showing that in all these sentences we are getting to know about the places. And the third, it tells us the direction. I am going to office tomorrow. She is walking towards the park. He is riding a horse along the river. Rita walked through the lobby. Preposition tells us three things. First is time, second is place, and third is direction. Now friends, these are the list of prepositions we are going to study in this video, and all the prepositions which you should know are listed here. In this video, we will be studying half prepositions and the rest of half we will study in part 2. Now we are beginning with the first one, that is in. In is used to show time also and place also. They first came here to live in 1952. He covered the distance in 3 minutes. In means may. When it is used to show place, then we use it like that. Ritu lives in Punjab at Hoshiarpur. She lives in the education department. Now friends, one question can come, that why at is written here in place of in. So I want to make it clear that whenever you are talking about any big cities, big countries or big places, then we use in. And when you talk about small places like Hoshiarpur is a small town, or small places like hospital, school or university, then you write at. So make it clear and make it a point that you should not forget this. So this is an example of in. The cat is in the box. Now friends, we will see the next preposition into, which is used to show movement. The owner walked into the kitchen. The police rushed into the building. You need to go into detail. Translate this from Hindi into English. Now friends, if you read these examples carefully, we come to know that into is used wherever there is some movement in the sentence. The owner walked into the kitchen. He is not already in the kitchen. He is walking into the kitchen. So there is some movement. The police rushed into the building. If we say that the police is in the building, then in will come. And if we are saying that police rushed into the building, there is some movement in the sentence, then into will be used. So this is the main difference between in and into. Into is used where some movement is shown, and in is used where there is no movement, like she is in the education department, there is no movement, she is already in the education department. But if she is walking in the education department or she is rushing into the education department, then into will be used. Friends, one more preposition which looks same like in is inside. Inside is used for such places which are physically enclosed. So if we read the examples, the pen is inside the compass box. Compass box is physically enclosed. The parrot was now safe inside the castle. So castle is also physically enclosed, and the coin fell inside the jar. Jar is also a small place having the boundaries which can be closed. So there is little difference only between in and inside. Now we will see the next one, and it is used for places and for things also. I will come on Tuesday. We would like to go on such a cold day. Look at the work on the blackboard. Harish is lying on the couch. So these all sentences are suggesting that something is already on the position. Like this apple is on the book. So this man is lying on the bed. But there is little difference between on and onto. The same which was with in and into. Onto is used to show movement. The cat jumped onto the table. If you have to say the cat is already on the table, then we will write the cat is on the table. But when the cat is showing some movement, then we use onto. She tossed the book onto the desk. The book is not already on the desk. She tossed it. So there is a movement in this sentence. So onto will be used. At second place, it is also used to show direction, like we have come out onto the road or this window opens onto the terrace. So at this place also we can use onto. The next come upon. Friends, upon is not much different, but little difference is there that upon is used at formal places. She is dependent upon his father's earning. He is a man you can rely upon. I will take this duty upon me. Everyone's eyes are upon him. So these sentences are showing that we are talking something about formal. Although the meaning is same with on and upon, but at some places we cannot use on and at other places we cannot use upon. So we have to see according to the situation before using both of them. Now let us see the next one. It is at. At is most commonly used in our conversation, and we get confused also that where to use at and where to use in. So at is used to place time also, and it is used to show us place also. For timings, where were you at lunchtime? I will call you at 11 pm. We had breakfast at 8 o'clock. And for the places also, which I had discussed you earlier, that at small places we use at. So these are the small places like bus stop, at the end of street, at the lovely scene at cotton factory, or we also say like this, Ayush is good at tennis. Although this example cannot be cleared with any rule, which I had discussed in the introduction. Then next comes to. The meaning of to in every sentence is not co. This jar is far superior to that. I met him on the way to the office. It is now 5 minutes to 5 when you are talking about time. 5 minutes to 5 means 4:55. Your advice was useful to me. He did not attend to his lessons. I prefer tea to coffee. I am known to the chief minister. I belong to India. Pass this salt to me. In some examples, the meaning of to is not co. So to is used at different places. We cannot be taught by rules. The next comes of. She is a girl of 12. I am tired of waiting. Are you ashamed of your behavior? My father is a man of noble nature. So at some places you can use it of means ka, but at other places the meaning will not become fit with the sentences. Are you sure of success? My mother was glad of my success. The doctor cured me of my illness. These sentences may be looking awkward, but of is also used at such places. You can always take a pause and you can read the sentences again, and this will increase your knowledge. Now friends, there is little difference between of and OFF of, because of is used to show separation. He jumped off the fence. The children are getting off the bus. She took her ring off the finger. The men fell off the horse. In all these sentences, the person who is doing action is showing separation from something. So this is the main difference between of and OFF of. Next comes up and down, and I'm showing you this simultaneously because they are opposite of each other. Up is this direction and down is the opposite of up. You have to go up the hill. She stood up to welcome the guest. We use up standing up also. A monkey ran up a tree. Can you climb up that wall? And down is opposite of up, coming down. She lives down the mountain. You can roll down a thorny hill. You can go down the lane to find the bank. Sit down, please. So all sentences are showing this movement, this direction, and up is showing the direction upwards. The next comes by. So friends, by is used at three places. One is for nearness. He was sitting by the fire. By the fire means near the fire. She has sat by her friend. It is also showing the nearness. Second, it is used for doer. The song was sung by a singer. Who is singing a song? Singer is singing a song, so it is used to show the doer. That singer is a doer. Homework is done by whom? By the child. Sweets are distributed by the host. It is also used to show the time that I can reach there by 6 pm. So it is showing the approximate time that before or approx around by 6 pm I will reach. We must be here by 10 o'clock. Before it turns 10, we will reach. So it is also used to show time. And there is another preposition with, which is also used to show near. Leave the dog with me. He is busy with his work. A teacher should be patient with the students. Both by and with shows nearness. And with is also used to denote some instrument. Here friends, we have to take care because children get confused that whether to use by in these sentences or with. My guest cut the bread with a knife, not by a knife. Police killed the terrorist with the gun. You are charged with theft. So friends, when you talk about instrument, in such places we use with, not by. And when we talk about a person who does the action, then we use by. Here we are using person, not the instrument. So by will be used, and here we are using instrument, not the doer. So with will be used. I will show you one example in which both by and with are used. If you say like this, the vegetables are cut by mother with the knife. So mother is a doer here. So by will be used. And knife is an instrument with which vegetables are cut. So for instrument we use with. So vegetables are cut by mother with the knife. So this way you can easily understand. And this is an example of with, which is showing the togetherness. Now the next is between and among. Between is used when you talk about two people. And among is used when you talk about more than two people. The table was lying between two chairs. Divide the banana between two children. Both the boys, both means two, distributed chocolates between them. Like in this picture also, there are two boxes and apple is lying between them. So when you talk about two things and in between you have to keep something, you use between. But among is opposite of between. Among is used when we talk about many things. The men started quarreling among themselves. Men means there were more than two men. The house was located among trees. There were many trees and house was located among it. The four sisters distributed the jewelry among themselves. Four sisters means more than two. In this picture also you can see that the red flower is among the yellow flowers. Friends, now we will study about above, below, over and under. These all prepositions look same. We often get confused between above and over. So first of all, I want to tell you the difference between these two. That above is used at such places which are higher in relation to something, or in other words we can say that something which is higher on the same scale. The lamp hung above the table. This painting is above the window. Hitesh lives in the room above us. The nose is above our lips. So if we see these examples, we will see that these two are placed vertically. This is a room above us and we live on this floor. The nose is above our lips. This is nose and lips on the same scale, on the same level and vertically placed. But if you look at over, then these are not vertically placed. The fan is running over the table. Now if this is a table and here is a fan, so this is not on the same level because the fan is covering the table. The aeroplane flew over the clouds. Now these are the clouds and the aeroplane is flying over it. We cannot say them that they are on the same level. Although aeroplane is also on the higher position and clouds are on the lower position, but the situation will be different because these are not vertically placed. It is covering clouds and aeroplane is covering a big area. He jumped over the lane. She held an umbrella over her head. Now if we compare these two pictures, we find out that the umbrella is covering her head, but nose is not covering lips. It is on the vertical position. So when you talk about the vertical position, we use above, and when you want to use something which is covering the object, we use over. Now the opposite of above is below. In which situations you are using above? In the same situations you have to use below or beneath. My friend lives in a flat below us or beneath us. So below is this, above is this. The mouth is below the nose. The little valley was beneath the mountain. Your percentage is below 80. Here also we are talking about the same scale, 70, 60, 80, and this example is correct in this because it is not covering anything. Below and beneath are of same meaning, but beneath is used at formal places. This is the only difference. And now under. Under is opposite of over. Where you are using over, at that place you can use under also. Like this apple is lying under the table. So table is covering this apple. In this picture you can see that something is covered. I hope the meaning is clear, but when we will do the exercises of preposition, then the meaning will become more clear. My mother hid the knife under the carpet. So this is carpet and under this knife is kept. So it is covering the knife. He was sleeping under the tree. So this is tree and he is covering the man who is sleeping.